Hey, my name's Luke David Robinson, and I'm trading my way up to my dream car. A while ago, I bought a beta of a car for just £180, and I fixed it and flipped it for profit and repeated the process again and again. Will I ever find my way to that dream car of mine? Who knows, but it's sure gonna be fun trying. This is Talksteer, running down a dream.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Running Down a Dream. And we're back on the Peugeot 205 GTI, and I've made some decent progress since last week. And I'm happy to share this progress with you because I am really excited to how this car has progressed. And I'm at that point now where I can actually feel that the car will make it back onto the road and I'm actually going to complete the car. And this has been a challenge for me so far, but I feel like maybe the biggest challenge is over. But at the same time, that challenge has been very rewarding when I get to the point of the car starts and I see something working and I've tackled something I've never done before. And that's really why this one has been a great project up until this point. Now, I just want to talk about the 205 GTI in general, of why I think a car like this is great to actually working on to learn stuff, because it's not too disconnected from a modern car. You look underneath the bonnet, there's still stuff like an ECU underneath there, and it's still fuel injected and everything, and it's very similar in that sense to what I would find looking under my BMW Z4's bonnet. The difference is there's not too many sensors on there that actually control whether the car will start or stop. So I was able to apply some old school mechanical knowledge which I've gained from this car and actually just logically and pragmatically put that type of knowledge into practice and get this car working. And thanks as well to lots of YouTube videos which have also taught me this kind of stuff, such as Chrisfix, the one where he actually diagnoses a car that wouldn't start. I applied that knowledge to this car, and to be honest, a lot of it was very useful in helping me determine what the fault was. But if this was a modern car, I could also be scratching my head thinking, hang on, is that crankshaft sensor that's failed underneath instead, because everything else might be working fine, but you don't have this type of problem on an older car. Now, the great thing is if I go to tackle a new car in the future, well, it's not going to be too hard for me to apply this knowledge I've learned now, and then if that doesn't work, then I can start looking at sensors and such. So it's just a great middle ground of a car in complexity to actually work on. Okay, now anyway, back to this particular car itself. This car does start, and it starts pretty well now, so I'm going to show you that in the video. I'm not going to go into it at this point because that's to come, and you've also noticed probably that got glass in the back as well, and this car's looking so much more complete than it did a couple of weeks ago. And I think I forgot how much progress has been made on this car, because I only see it like week by week or just little bits at a time, because honestly this is a part-time project for me. But when I consider what it was like when I dragged it into the garage, with the flat tyres and a wooden run and I had no glass in it and all the tape and plastic over, I think if I look back now, you know, the car's looking a lot more solid and a lot more healthier. So I am very excited now to how this car is going to progress over the winter. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this, and I'm going to show you exactly what I've done to this 205 GTI. So in the last video when we got this car started, it ran for a few seconds and then cut out. Now, I had a feeling it was a fueling issue, so what I want to do first is just make sure that there's not really any bad fuel in the car. So there was a gallon of fresh fuel put in a few weeks ago, and there was a gallon of fuel put in about a year ago, and that shouldn't have gone bad yet, but to make sure again, I'm just going to stick another gallon of fresh fuel I've got today in here. Then I'm going to try and start the car up, keep it running for a little while, and see if the car just gets better and better, because it was showing signs of improvement last time. So let's get this fueling and see how the car goes, because I still think it could just be a load of grit or crap in the system that's just being sucked through and it just needs to clear itself out, and then you need to give the car a good run. Now, unfortunately, I've made a bit of a mistake because I put the car in this way into the garage, and obviously I'm leaving the car running and I can't get it out. I'm probably going to suffocate myself, so I'm going to have to open the door, stand outside, get the car running, and not gas myself. Got nice and high off these vapours. One thing I haven't done yet is actually put any water in this car. So I'm not putting coolant in yet, only because I've not tried the system out. So because it's not freezing in the garage either, I'm going to put some water in here, get up to its required level, start the car, get everything hot, get the system pressurised, and then see if there's any leaks, because there's no point in putting antifreeze in here and then wasting all the money on antifreeze. So if the system then's alright after it's pressurised and it's nice and hot, I can just undo one of the bottom radiator hoses slightly, take a little bit of water out of here, and make up the difference with antifreeze. So let's go and stick all the water in here. I'm not too sure how much this takes this car. Right, that's taken approximately 6 litres of water in there. It's important to keep an eye on how much is in here, because obviously we need to make sure we get the right dilution ratio between antifreeze and water. So when I take some from the bottom hose and take it out, I can then work out how much you need to take out, and then how much antifreeze needs to go back into here. So the coolant level should be correct afterwards. But for the purposes of what we're doing now, just making sure the car doesn't overheat when we start it, this will be absolutely fine. And like I said, it will help us to diagnose any leaks in the system before we start putting coolant in, which actually does cost a lot more money than water. So it's just a wise precaution. Now the good thing is, so far I'm looking underneath the car and doesn't really seem to be any leaks coming out, so I'm going to say that's a good sign. So hopefully that will be, well, yeah, good so far. Let's go and start it up. Hopefully it's going to run a bit better now, and we'll see how it goes. So here's the thing at the moment, because the weather's really bad, I can't stand outside. And I can't stand in the garage because the car's on, but at the moment it's not cutting out, see? It's getting better and better. It's not sounding as lumpy now as well, so I'm just going to keep running this for a bit, see how it goes, and then hopefully the car will sort itself out in a matter of 20 minutes or something like that. Oh, I love British weather, don't you? Oh god, this is awful. Oh, yes. Well, this has been running now for about well over 10 minutes by itself. I'm trying not to breathe in this garage, so I'm going to put my cup down and then I'm going to give the car a rev. Whoa, it's fuming in here. Okay. I think she's going to cut out at this point, but let's see. Just give it a slightest blip and it's gone. Okay. I'm just thinking about the fuel air mixture on the car now. Obviously, for the car to run, it needs fuel, also needs air. But I'm just wondering, this might be the cause of the problem. So you've got down here, tube comes up here, air filter at the back, comes back out, comes through this, goes into this hose here. You see the hose? So it goes into this hose, and then goes into the intake. But obviously this is disconnected at the moment, and I'm guessing this is a map sensor or something like that. So maybe it's just getting the wrong type of communication and it's putting the wrong fuel mixture in. So I think the best thing to do at the moment is connect this into here. I mean, it doesn't matter about not really having a filter at the top, as long as this side with the sensor is complete. And let's go ahead and we'll clamp that hose up, see if that makes any difference to the car. Hopefully it will help. She lived! Can't believe it's just that, but I am so happy right now. This is yes, look. The 205 GTI, it's running well. I am so happy at the moment. Woo! Get in there. Next up is putting the tailgate glass in the 205. So this is the tailgate I took it out of, and I'm going to show you what the guys did who are paid to take this off. So yeah, it was essentially take the glass out of this, stick it in the 205 down there. I actually do have another tailgate down there, so there was two of them, and I took it out of the better of the two. Underneath here is the E92. It suffered a pretty bad accident last week, so I can't actually show you the car yet because I need to get stuff sorted with the insurance company and everything. So I will show you this in due course. The car will be able to be repaired, I think. I don't know. Hoping it can, but let's just say the roof is very badly damaged. So there's where the roof should be. Goes down, goes up, goes back down again, and the windscreen should be here. It's down here, so not great. But I'm not being mysterious for the sake of it with this car. I just obviously need to, before post anything properly on social media, get some stuff sorted out. So that's why I've not been available for the last week or two on my video.
Firstly, let's just start off by having a quick recap of what this car looks like when it was dragged into the garage, just so we get an appreciation for it at the end of the video. But the first thing we needed to do was separate the old glass from the old tailgate, and the guys here just removed the rubber around the outside of the screen, got this almost like cheese wire in between, and it's just a case of slicing through the old adhesive. But the adhesive was 30 years old, so it was quite tough, so the guys are just very careful not to break anything on the car because it is a classic at the end of the day. When that was done, we just got into the garage, wiped any grease and dirt off the glass so it wouldn't interfere with bonding to the tailgate of the car, and also had to remove the old adhesive that was around the edge of the tailgate, which unfortunately whoever owned the car before me had painted over instead of masking it off, so it was a little tiny bit more work there, but nothing too bad. With that done, they then stuck some primer around the inside rim of the glass, and they're going to do the same thing to the tailgate before sticking the adhesive in between. This is just going to allow it to adhere better to the back of the car and form a better seal. Now, once that was done, they stuck some suckers on the windscreen and actually then offered the screen up to the back of the car to do a test fit to make sure that everything was aligned first, because once you put the adhesive on, it's going to be a real pain in the butthole to try and actually then move something else around. And it's a good job they did, because the tailgate did not fit.
One problem we had when we were trying to fit the glass is the glass wouldn't go in, and we didn't think it was sitting square, but turns out there's these little channels up here. See them? Now these are where the small spoiler sits in, so there's 5 of them. We just took these out and then the glass went in absolutely fine, so I'm going to take them out of this car, this tailgate, and I'm going to stick it in the other one, and then I can put a spoiler back in and it should screw in absolutely fine. So overall, yes, it went in pretty well and I'm happy with the fitment of it. Well, there we have it. That's where we're up to at this point on this car. So you know what to do. If you like this video, please give me a nice big thumbs up. Disliked it, of course, give it a thumbs down, and give us subs if you loved it. Now, I know that the YouTube algorithm has changed recently, and you can't see the like to dislike ratio. I think it absolutely sucks, but the algorithm still works on likes. So if you did genuinely like this video, please give it a like, because that still really helps my channel get promoted to new viewers in the future. So it really helps the growth of my channel. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff on this car in the coming weeks. And as always, thank you for watching. See you soon and take care.